Welcome! This is already a good start. Hi, in case you don't know me, my name is Viv. I have a lot of books that you cannot currently see. You can only see some of my books, but you can't see my bookshelf right now. Usually you see my bookshelf. This is not normal. What are we doing? We're reading today, which is why we're in this corner. This is, if you can't tell, this is my bed. But for all intents and purposes, we're calling this my reading corner, and this is what it is. But what are we doing today? You've guessed it, we're reading. And we are reading Haunting and Hunting Adeline in that order. Not the other way around, because this is book 1, this is book 2. Now, I only know what I've heard about these books on the internet. I have not read the blurb on the back. All I know is like the stuff that you get from the reels and the TikToks and the people and everybody in my comments who's obsessed with these books. So I'm reading them. Keep in mind that there is a beautiful asexual flag behind me, and that I'm not really here for the smut in the books. I just read it because it's there. And too much of it makes me uncomfortable. Also, I'm on the train tomorrow for 4 hours, so this is gonna be very fun. I can only assume. I'm just gonna take you along. I'm also hoping that people think that I'm reading like horror stories and not smutty romance. But then again, who cares? I'm talking about this on the internet. Some of you guys know me in real life, and you don't care, I don't care, we don't care, we're reading this. And I think we're just gonna jump straight into this, so I'm gonna grab myself some drinks, like some tea maybe, and some water. And you should do the same. Hydrate, people, it's important. Let's hydrate together. If this is the first time you're drinking anything today, drink your water, it's important. Or drink a coffee, basically the same. I don't even like coffee. Like, I'm not big on caffeine. I will drink a Coke, but that's where, like, I draw the line. Because if you gave me, like, coffee, I would literally bounce, I think. I think I would just bounce around. I'm like, if you give me sugar, I start bouncing. And if you give me, like, caffeine, I will start, like, it doesn't matter. Either way, I hope you enjoy this video, and I'm gonna start reading now. I honestly have no idea what to expect. None. Keep in mind, this is my own personal opinion. I'm not about to get anyone. I'm just sharing my feelings while reading this book for the first time. My opinion is probably very different than yours, and that's okay. So let's get into this. Okay, so there is a playlist, and I know 0 of these songs. Usually the only thing I look for in the playlist is there a Taylor Swift song? If there is, I know the book's gonna be great. In this case, there isn't, which is why I don't know the songs, because I don't listen to anything except Taylor Swift, which, I mean, I think that's legit, right? I like that they say that this book ends on a cliffhanger. Luckily, we got the second one right here. I'm not a big fan of cliffhangers, but they do make things interesting. The triggering, okay, trigger warning, you guys, trigger warning! We have, non-dub con between the main characters. I don't even know what that is. Graphic violence, human trafficking, stalking, child trafficking, child sacrifice, mentions of child death, and explicit sexual situations. Gunplay, bondage, degradation, and somnophilia. I don't know what that is. But now you're warned. I've been warned. Oof. Cat got your tongue, little mouse. Let's start. Okay, so on page 2, is she aware of her stalker? Like, she is aware, she's directly thinking about the stalker. Okay, so, why though? Okay, quick update. I am 98 pages into this book, and I'm actually enjoying myself. There has been the first murder, I believe. Well, not the first murder. There have been a few murders. So, Yeah, if you're not into dark books, then this is not for you. But I have read my fair share of murderous books. And for some reason, they always excite me very much. I'm always very happy about violence in books. And I don't know why. But I do have a lot of green post-its in this right now, which means, what the fuck. That's basically what the green post-it means. Generally, my way of tabbing books is a little different. I think I just tab feelings. So I feel that it's like sadness, and then funny, and then, okay, orange is anything that has to do with the plot. And then pink is anything that makes me go fuzzy inside. And then the purple is like friendship, family, and then the darker purple color, which you can probably not even see the difference. The darker purple is for like quotes that I like. So most of these post-its are green, which makes sense. But I'm getting it now. So the prologue was like a foreshadowing of what's happening later. Because in the beginning she doesn't have a stalker and he's like meeting her. I'm getting into this. What is weird is that I am weirdly enjoying this, and it is... I don't know how I feel about the fact that I am enjoying it. Okay, I'm getting back into the book. I'll see you guys later. This is also so thick. How many pages is this? Careful not to spoil anything. Come on. Come on. Okay, it's 583. I mean, that sounds doable. Probably not today, but tomorrow. Fun. Alright, that somehow escalated very, very quickly. I'm not even sure what exactly I'm supposed to say. I am now on page 200. It's midnight. It's midnight right now. Things are going down, literally. I'm not really sure what is... I know what is happening. The only question that I have is, why am I enjoying this? Like, why? Maybe because my head is telling me, you know what? He's not such a bad guy, you know? He's trying to protect children from being trafficked. Then again, he kills people, and he is, like, hardcore stalking Adeline. So, we're just gonna ignore that, I guess, and pretend like it's not happening. I'm also very, very pleasantly surprised by this little subplot with the grandma. It's so... I like it. It keeps me on my toes, because if that weren't there, I think I wouldn't like it as much, because this whole, okay, what happened to the grandma is so interesting to me, and I really want to know what happened to the grandma. Especially since at this very moment, I'm still very biased to this whole thing that this is gonna turn out to be a relationship, probably. I mean, we don't even know his name yet. I mean, I know his name. It's because I've seen edits online. It's the only reason I know his name. But we're on page 200 and we don't know his name yet. Maybe we're gonna find out the name. But, right now he's just the shadow with the multicolored eyes. Wait, I know what that's called. Heterochromia. Being a biology student has like one perk. Knowing words. Alright. I'm just going to continue reading for a little while longer. Maybe like another hour. Which is probably just going to be like another 100 pages and something. The only thing that bothers me is if I could technically finish this tonight. But that would be a little too ambitious, because I have to like be on the train at 10 a.m. and I still have to pack for like 3 days. And I don't need much, but alright, I'm gonna continue reading, and I'm gonna see you when I see you. Good morning. Good morning, good morning. I am like on the way to the train station. Like, I have to leave in 20 minutes, give or take. And I am now 292 pages into this book. I have issues with one thing in this book, and that is the consent. Where is it? It is bothering me so much that she even tells her friend like that things are not like that things are non-consensual. Basically, she's of course in this case not really sure because she's really attracted to him. We have now learned his name, Zaid, obviously, and I'm not sure how I feel about him. I mean, this is making me super uncomfortable. And as a person who usually skims through the smut scenes because... Can you be quiet? Apparently we cannot be quiet. So as a person who usually skims through smut scenes, I have a lot to skim through here. So I already knew that when I went into this book. I wasn't aware that it would be this much. Like, of course, actually I was aware. And I thought like maybe I can do it. It's not a fun ride for me. It's just like a little bit annoying. Like, why is this here again and again and again? And for me, it's not that fun. But I'm gonna be on the train, and I'm probably gonna be finishing this on the train if I'm honest. So yeah, because I have a like 3-hour train ride. That's the perfect time to finish this book. But we're gonna see each other when I have some updates with how I like this book. Reading on the train is like free therapy for me. I don't know. I find train rides to be extremely stressful, but when I read that, like, all of that goes away and it's pretty damn fun. You can tell that I am just not really enjoying myself. Like, I think I just read like some sort of scene and you're gonna see me be just looking disturbed. But this whole thing was just bugging me a lot, and I was still struggling with the consent thing. That is just something that's a big red flag for me. Like, look at me, this is my red flag face. But I was just honestly, in general, not really amazed. The weather, however, and like the train ride, that was beautiful. It's not usually this sunny in Germany. Like, there is nice weather, but the weather isn't. It's a really nice day. It wasn't too warm. It wasn't too cold. My allergies were just acting up a little. It was a really nice spring day, and I was very happy with the weather, at least, if not with the book. But I'm gonna tell you about the book in a second because I sat down the next morning and talked about it. To go outside and read outside a little bit, like in front of the castle, but the sun was just the sun is not my friend, so that was very short, and I went inside and read inside again. Can you move? Just kidding, you don't understand English. Everybody, this is Pepper. Meet Pepper. Pepper, this is everybody. She's here now. She's a part of this. But I finished... Can you not? Can you not? Okay. I finished Haunting Adeline yesterday when I was on the train. And it was actually... You good? It was actually kind of nice. So I'm just gonna... I had a really hard time deciding how to feel about this because on the one hand, I liked it, and on the other hand, I was disturbed by it. So I feel like the further that you progress with the book, the better it gets. I think that's like a given, because in the beginning, this was just too, like, the consent was ignored in the beginning, and that bothered me. But towards the end of the book, it was like more okay, I would say. Like, things were consensual in the end. Which is good, you know, consent is important. But my favorite thing about this was like the great-grandma subplot, like her figuring out what happened to her great-grandma was incredible in my opinion. And are you leaving? Okay, then I have more space here. And so that's what I liked most about this. And now I am reading, it's still in the bag. I am reading Hunting Adeline just after that. Peppa, come here. Måste ni vidare? The dog doesn't want to. Come here. Come. Hey, come. Come here. You're fine. Ja. Willst du dich hin? Good job. Apparently this is okay. Either way, I started the second book, and I am much more excited about this one because this is like she was kidnapped and they're basically trying to get her back. And I like that a lot more than the first one. But I will just be continuing this now. I read a little bit like earlier. I think you saw the clip of that. I read outside and I hate reading outside. And I'm not sure, it might even be a little sunburn because I did not put sunscreen on my arms, just on my face. And I'm regretting this now. Alright, I will see you later with more opinions on the second book this time. Okay, so I am in bed. I'm in Piana's house and I'm reading Hunting Adeline. And I'm not sure if I can continue reading this. I don't feel comfortable reading just full-on rape. That's it. There's nothing nice about it. I am aware that in this situation that is in this book, this might be the logical conclusion to what's happening, but you don't need to describe that to me in the detail. Like, I don't care about, I don't want to read this. But why would I read like very much non-consensual things? Like, as you can see, I am back. I'm back in my college room, and I'm not happy. I'm just. Why would you write that? Why would you write this book? Like the first part, the book is like sectioned into two parts. The first part, and the second part. And I'm sorry, but I was trying not to throw up while reading the first part, and it was so horrible. And it wasn't that it was like the writing style, was just what was going on was so horrible that I did not want anything to do with it. And I felt super uncomfortable the whole time. I wanted to DNF it so bad, but I knew that it would obviously get better. But either way, I cannot bring myself to like the book, but because, okay, so the things that happen, I understand that could happen, you know, it's possible, but why do you have to write this in so much detail? It's not necessary. Like, I don't see the point. I don't see why I would need basically detailed rape smut. I don't want that. It makes me uncomfortable. Maybe that's just, it can't just be because I'm ace, right? It can't just be that's making me uncomfortable, because the whole thing, why would this even exist, right? Why would it exist? So, I'm on page 470. I got like 120 pages left, maybe. It's not like the ending now is okay. It's gonna be fine, I think. But I'm disturbed, and I don't see how this could be a series that I could enjoy. Like, I don't enjoy it. All right. It is now like an hour later, and I'm done with this book, and I'm glad that I can now put it away. I went into this whole series knowing that I wasn't gonna enjoy these books as much as other people do. Just because dark romance in general is not my thing. And this was bound to fail because there is a limit to what I like to read about, and this isn't it. I don't feel comfortable reading about the things that are in this book. I'm glad that I read these books because I'm always one who wants to know, and I couldn't have lived with myself if I was being like, okay, maybe I would not like them. I need the knowledge of not liking them. Does that make sense? Do you understand what I'm trying to say? I'm just glad it's over. I'm happy that this book is over. I think that it got better in the second half just because things were consensual in the second half of the book. That's generally my take on it. I don't know how I could ever enjoy a book with non-consensual topics in it, which is why I didn't enjoy the book and why I would have thrown it away on like page 100. The only reason why I finished reading this book was for the sake of this video. Otherwise I wouldn't have finished it. I might have skipped, maybe I would have skipped to like the second part of the book, because there is a distinct second part where you know that the non-consensual stuff is like over. And that second part was actually really fun. Like, I'm good with like the unaliving part, like they're going around unaliving people. That's okay, you know, I don't mind that. I mind when like bad things happen to good people and to pets. If there was like a dying pet in this, it would have been like game over for me. Like, you kill a dog and I will haunt you. To like sum this up, this series is not for me. Maybe it is for you, but it is definitely not for me, and I am just happy to put it on my shelf and be done with it, basically. But yeah, that was it. That was my Haunting and Hunting Adeline reading vlog. I hope that you enjoyed it. I know that it was a little bit all over the place, but I think that's okay. And I will see all of you next time. Goodbye! Okay, and for today's recommendation, I am sticking with a book that's a little darker than what I usually like to read. But I'm sticking with something that still made me feel more comfortable than this series, which is the Maid series. So this is The Sweetest Obsession. This is the first one. This is like a mafia romance story, basically, about 3 different people, essentially. And this is very, very dark as well. And this is not one of my favorite books, but this is very similar. I think it gives off similar vibes to like Hunting and Haunting Adeline, which is why I'm telling you to pick it up if you want this. If you are not interested in dark romance at all, then I have a different recommendation for you that's a lot more colorful. I have The Dead Romantics, which has nothing to do with either Hunting or Haunting Adeline or anything else that is dark. This is a very, very sweet supernatural romance story, like cozy fantasy, where she can see ghosts, and this is just a very, very cute romance that you just have to pick up. And this edition is stunning. I just have to say that as well. But now that I've done that, I will see you all next time. Bye and have a nice day. And read a good book. Just saying that.